So these van der Waals forces are the intermolecular forces which are operative between the molecules. Okay, and these forces causes the neutral molecule having a covalent bond to condense into the liquid or into the solids. Okay, so these forces operates or comes into action when the molecules are closer to each other. Okay, so जब molecule when the molecules are neighboring to each other, they are closer to each other, then only the van der Waals forces work. Otherwise, this forces does not work. So these forces are significant only the molecules. Sorry. So these forces are significant only the molecules are closer to each other. ठीक है? एंड अगर कोई मॉलिक्यूल बहुत दूर दूर होता है तो उस केस में van der Waals forces एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते. So these forces are generally electrical in nature and these are the induced polarity यानी कि polarity is generated in the molecules which may originate from three types of interactions. Okay, so there are different types of interactions between the molecules and these interactions give rise to the different types of van der Waals forces. So in this case we will study three different types of van der Waals forces. That is the dipole-dipole interaction. This is the first type of van der Waals forces, and this force is also known as schism forces, and it known to appearance in 1907. Okay, so schism was the person who first studied the dipole-dipole interaction. Now, second type of van der Waals forces is the dipole-induced dipole interaction. Now, these dipole-induced dipole interaction is also known as the biforces, and these were invented in 1920. Okay, this is the second type. Finally, we have the third type of van der Waals forces, that is the induced dipole
मैम
interaction. Hello,
मैम आपकी वॉइस बहुत ज़्यादा ब्रेक होकर आ रही है.
Yes, ma'am.
voice break होकर के आ रही है.
Yes.
Wait just a minute. हेलो, अब आवाज आ रही है बेटा? हेलो.
Yes, ma'am, आ रही है.
यस मैम आ रही है.
Okay. So we will study the different types of van der Waals forces. So
नहीं
first
आ
we
रही
will take
मैम.
the dipole-dipole interaction. Okay. So this dipole-dipole interaction is also known as the schism forces or the orientation effect. Now, why it is a orientation effect? Because these forces come into origin because of the orientation of the molecule. The molecules are generated in a respective manner, ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से van der Waals forces arise होती हैं. So जैसे कुछ गैस जैसे HF है, NH3 है, HCl है, these are the different gases and these gases have the permanent dipole. Now why they permanent dipole? Because यहाँ पर जैसे हमारा हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड मॉलिक्यूल है, this hydrogen molecules has the more atom has the more electronegative atom bonded with the less electronegative atom. ठीक है. So यहाँ पर हमारे पास in the hydrogen in the sorry not morning in the hydrogen right, the molecules are closer to each other. These molecules orient in such a way that the positive end of a molecule is attracted to the negative end of the another molecule. ठीक है. So because of this attraction between the opposite ends, these result into appreciable dipole-dipole interaction between the molecules. Okay. Now, when this interaction arises, when the molecules are closer to each other, अगर molecules दूर दूर रहेंगे, so there is no interaction in the molecule, and the one forces does not act. Okay. So this process is responsible for the condensation of the gases. जैसे HCl है, ammonia generally gas में present, but you have the liquid ammonia also. Now this liquid ammonia is obtained because of the van der Waals forces present between the ammonia molecules. Okay, is that clear? Now this
Yes, ma'am.
बेटा अब आपको आती मेरी हेलो
आवाज थोड़ा ब्रेक हो रही है मैम।
बेटा ब्रेक हो रही है अब मैं
Yes, ma'am.
रूम से
Voice
बाहर आ
break
गई
हो
हूँ
रही है.
बाहर है ना ओपन में ले रही हूँ रूम में तो बिल्कुल आवाज नहीं आ रही ठीक है
हाँ
कुछ
मैम नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम।
थोड़ी सी शायद नेटवर्क की दिक्कत है आज बहुत सो नेक्स्ट टू दी सेकंड टाइप ऑफ वंडरफुल that is the dipole induced dipole interaction. Now the dipole induced dipole interaction is also known as the Debye force and this force came to know in 1900 na Debye Wilson who studied these forces. So dipole interaction means permanent molecules or the polar molecules they induce or polarize non-polar molecules. Okay? And these non-polar molecules are closer to each other because of which these wonderful forces works. Okay? So in this case, the induced dipole molecule interacts with the permanent dipole. Induced dipole molecules का मतलब क्या हो गया? कि कुछ हमारे neutral molecules होते हैं, है ना? जैसे ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल है, क्लोरीन मॉलिक्यूल है, ये हमारे क्या न्यूट्रल मॉलिक्यूल मीन्स यहाँ पर कोई भी चार्ज प्रेजेंट नहीं होता है because these molecules same type of atoms. Okay? And you have the dipolar molecules. Dipolar molecules का मतलब हो गया कि कुछ ऐसे molecules जहाँ पर different electronegative atoms present होते हैं. Because of the difference in the negativity, there is the presence of two poles, that is two ends, positive end and negative end in a molecule. Okay. So these dipole molecules are responsible for the production of polarity to the neutral molecules. Okay. ये जो हमारा there is an attraction between the two molecules depends upon the polarizing power of the permanent dipolar molecule and polarizability of non-polar molecule. यानी कि non-polar molecule कितना polarize है और permanent dipolar molecules कितना polarize होते हैं ठीक है तो यहाँ पर हमारा डिपेंड करता है polarizability and the polarizing power. Okay, these are the two important factors which is responsible for the presence of polarity in a neutral molecule. Okay, so see in the bottom there is a diagram in which you have a dipolar molecule and the neutral molecule. Now in the dipolar molecules, the ends up with positive end and negative. And in the neutral molecule, the positive nuclei populated surrounded by the negatively charged electrons, and the electron cloud is distributed evenly around the nuclei. Okay. Now, due to the presence of dipolar molecules, the electron cloud get concentrated at one end, and दूसरे end पे हमारा क्या हो जाएगा इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी कम हो जाएगी यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड का कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा होगा that particular end will get a negative charge and where the electron cloud density is less that end will get the positive charge ठीक है तो इस तरीके से polarity introduce होती है in a neutral molecule and this polarity is responsible for the presence of van der Waals force. Okay, इतना clear है बेटा? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, third type of van der Waals force is the induced dipole interaction. Now, this induced dipole interaction is also known as London forces, and these comes in origin in 1900. Okay, so these are known as the dispersion forces. नाउ दिस, जैसे मैं हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया था, द वंडरबल फोर्सेस प्रेजेंट बिटवीन द मॉलिक्यूल्स व्हिच आर क्लोजर टू ईच अदर, and in some of the molecules the van der Waals forces also present whether the molecules are non-polar, यानी कि कुछ non-polar molecules भी van der Waals forces present हैं, ठीक है। non-polar molecules मतलब क्या हो गया, जो हमारे न्यूट्रल मॉलिक्यूल जैसे हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल है, ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल है, नाइट्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल है, या इनर्ट गैसेस है ना, तो ये जो हमारे मॉलिक्यूल होते हैं, दीज आर बेसिकली non-polar in nature, they does not have any टू एंड टू पोल्स यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव एंड यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट नहीं होता है, ठीक है। सो ये जो मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, दीज मॉलिक्यूल्स आर इलेक्ट्रिक न्यूट्रल। सो यहाँ पर इन दिस केस जो हमारे नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, दीज नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स आर कंसीडर्ड एज अ पॉजिटिव सेंटर which is surrounded by the spherical distribution of the electron cloud. Okay. Now in this case, this electron cloud keeps on oscillating around nuclei from one nuclei atom, है ना, तो एटम की न्यूक्लियस से हमारे इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड जो होते हैं ऑसिलेट करते रहते हैं, सर्कुलेट करते रहते हैं। सो बिकॉज ऑफ विच देयर इज एन distribution or even distribution of the electron cloud around the positively charged nuclei, because of which at a certain distance or under environmental conditions, कभी कभी क्या होता है कि जो हमारे इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड concentrated at one end and density is same. So because of the high concentration of the electron cloud at one end, that particular area get the negative charge. The another part of the nuclei get the negative charge. ठीक है। So एक end इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड ज्यादा होते हैं, वहां पर नेगेटिव चार्ज राइज होते हैं, और जहां पर इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड की डेंसिटी कम होती है, वहां पर पॉजिटिव चार्ज प्रेजेंट होता है। So because of these difference in the charge, there is an production of induced dipole in a molecule. ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर temporary dipole arise होता है in a neutral molecule, and these temporary dipole is responsible for the induction of polarity into the another molecule. ठीक है। तो इस टेम्पररी डाइपोल मॉलिक्यूल्स की वजह से जो हमारे दूसरे उसके नेबर मॉलिक्यूल होता है, यानी कि जो उसके एडजेसेंट मॉलिक्यूल होता है, दैट मॉलिक्यूल आल्सो गेट टेम्परेचर राइज्ड, सो देयर इज कंडीशन ऑफ सेल्फ पोलराइजेशन। ठीक है। so this self polarized molecule induces a dipole movement in the neighboring molecule, and in this way the large number of neighboring molecules get polarized and which are generally attracted by the weak forces. Okay, so when there is a presence of polarizing or polarizing power, then the molecule gets polarized and the forces arises, and these forces is the dispersive force or the London forces. Okay, so in this case, the neutral molecule gets self-polarized, and this self-polarized molecule polarizes its neighboring molecules. Okay? So these forces are also weak forces, but this is responsible for the liquefaction of non-polar and noble gases. जैसे हमारे पास हीलियम, नियॉन है ना, ये सारी हीलियम गैसेस हमारे पास नोबल गैसेस लिक्विड फॉर्म में जो अवेलेबल रहते हैं, these are just because of the presence of van der Waals forces between these molecules. Okay, so see in the diagram at the bottom, there is a diagram in which there is a molecule A which has a temporary dipole. Okay, existence of temporary dipole in molecule A, and the molecule B is neutral in nature. There is a symmetrical distribution of electron cloud molecule B. Okay, but because of the presence of molecule A, the molecule B gets induced. You know, there is an introduction of polarity in molecule B, and because of this, there is an unsymmetrical distribution of charge in a molecule A and in a molecule B. Okay, तो molecule A की वजह से molecule B जो है वो हमारा polarize हो जाते हैं, molecule B की वजह से जो उसका neighboring molecule होगा उसकी जो adjacent में जो molecule होगा, that molecule will get polarized. So because of this effect, large number of molecules get polarized, and there is an condensation of the gases. Okay. So these forces are responsible for the liquefaction or solidification of certain gases. इतना clear है बेटा आप लोगों का?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was the forces which is present between the molecules. That is, one was the hydrogen bonding, जो हम लोगों ने last class में discuss किया था, and the van der Waals forces. Now this van der Waals forces is the weakest force among the different types of forces which is present in a molecule. ठीक है, जैसे हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग था, that hydrogen bonding was weaker than covalent bond, and this van der Waals force is weaker than, this is further weaker than the hydrogen bonding. Okay, so this is the weakest force present in a molecule. Now after this force, next we comes to the metallic bonding. Now share the PDF that is for the metallic bond. Now this metallic bonding is a bond which is present between the atoms within a molecule. तो आप इस metallic bonding को the bond between atoms की कैटेगरी में भी रख सकते हैं, because this metallic bond is present between the atoms. Molecules के बीच में present नहीं रहता है, and this, because of this metallic bonding, it holds the atom together in matter. Metals में जितने भी atoms जो होते हैं एक साथ रहते हैं, it is just because of the metallic bond. So this metallic bond is a electrostatic interaction between the delocalized electrons and the metallic nuclei within the metal. Okay? So metallic bond is different from the ionic bonding and the covalent bond. And because of this metallic bonding, the metals have a special characteristics. That is, metal are good conductor of heat, metal are conductor of electricity, metals are hard. Generally, metals have opacity, they are merciless in nature. Okay, so all these important characteristics are just because of the metallic bonding in our metals. Okay. बेटा इसमें थर्ड पेज पर ओपन करिए, metallic bonding definition के उसमें open the third page. So in this case, the properties of metals are generally not explained with the help of covalent bond or the ionic bond. Now, what is the reason behind it? Generally, जो हमारे metals हैं, these atoms of the metals are alike. और ionic bond में क्या होता है? These ionic bonds are formed between the different atoms, है ना? Same type of atoms के बीच में ionic bond formation नहीं होता है. The ionic compounds contains the different atoms. That is, the atoms are first converted into the ions, and after that there is an electrostatic force working between these different ions, that is positive ions and the negative ions. Okay? So metals, there are no, these metal atoms are same, they are identical. Okay? And these metal are good conductor of heat and electricity, but the ionic compound does not conduct heat and electricity in solid state. They are the bad conductor. They are different in nature, and they have the different properties in comparison to the metals. So the metallic bond, the bond between the metals cannot be explained with the help of ionic bond. Now, next we come to the covalent bond. Now, metal atom also does not contain the covalent bond. ठीक है? Because जितने सारे atoms होते हैं in a metallic element, it contains only 1 to 3 valence electrons, and because of which these atoms cannot form the covalent bond and does not attain the nearest gas electron configurations. ठीक है? So these atoms remains complete. Okay, तो यहाँ पर बस क्या incomplete कहने का मतलब है कि they attains the configuration of nearest noble gas by the sharing of the electron. So there is no sharing of electron. So generally, when we come to the properties, the covalent bonds are bad of electricity, and generally the liquid properties are opposed to the metal form. ठीक है बेटा, आप लोग इसको जिसने भी पीडीएफ ओपन किया है प्लीज नेक्स्ट पेज पे आप लोग आ जाइए जहाँ पे मेटालिक बॉन्डिंग स्टार्ट है. फर्स्ट 2 पेजेस आर फॉर दी एमओटी. आप नेक्स्ट थर्ड पेज पे आइए. Now this metallic bonding, yeah, this is the page for the metallic bonding. Now this metallic bonding is generally explained with the electron C model. So what are the important, हम लोगों ने characteristics matters की डिस्कस कर ली. That is matters are hard and hard. They have high melting boiling point. They are the good conductor of heat and electricity both. And metallic bonds होते हैं. These metallic bonds are non-directional in nature. But covalent bonds होते हैं, they are directional in nature. And covalent compounds होते हैं, these covalent compounds are bad conductor of heat and electricity. So metallic bond में this covalent bonds जब भी हम लोग bond, the bond present between in a metal cannot be explained. Okay. So there is another model that is known as the electron C model or C of electron or the gas of electron, which explains the bonding in a metal. Now, generally, metals are characterized by having a low ionization. Metals की ionization level कम होती है. Why? Because यहाँ पर जो हमारे valence electrons होते हैं, that can be easily separated from the metal, है ना? और metal get the positive charge. Although they are low, but they does not leave the surface. Now, यहाँ पर in the metals, their number of vacant orbitals are also present. And these vacant orbital is responsible for the delocalization of the electron. Let's take an example of magnesium. This magnesium has the atomic number of 12. और जब हम लोग इसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन देखते हैं, then we have 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, है ना? तो यहाँ पर s orbital has 2 electrons or 3 orbital vacant. Okay, so in this there is a vacant 3 orbital in the outermost orbit. Okay, because of there is an overlapping of vacant orbital of one atom with the similar orbitals of adjacent atom. इससे पहले भी बताया था कि मेटल क्रिस्टल में same type of atoms present होते हैं, and because of same type of atoms they have the same energy level. Okay? So in this case there is an overlapping orbitals of one atom with the another adjacent atoms. Okay, so in this case this overlapping is responsible for the delocalization of electrons. यानी कि electrons can be moved, delocalized from one metal atom to the other metal atom, and they are free to move in a vacuum particular orbital. In an entire metal crystal, there is no obstruction for the electron to move anywhere in the metal crystals. And these delocalized electrons, which are present in the metal, does not belong to the single atom and in an atom, but they belongs to whole of the crystals that वो सब जगह मूव करते हैं और सारे एटम का बिलोंग करते हैं. Because these electrons are not bounded with the one atom. Okay? Because of this crystallization of electrons, the metal atom get the positive charge and positively charged metal ions are produced, which remain fixed in a metal lattice, and the electrons are delocalized. They are free to move about in a space in space. So see the diagram. यहाँ पर diagram दिया गया है. In this case, there is a positively charged atoms and metal ions, sorry, and these metal ions have a fixed position, and जो हमारे electrons होते हैं, that electrons are free to move in a metal crystal and they are delocalized. ठीक है? यहाँ पर जो पॉजिटिवली चार्ज एटम दे आर द एटॉमिक कर्नल्स. तो हमने जैसे लास्ट हम लोगों ने जब बॉन्डिंग स्टार्ट की थी, मैंने आपको बताया था देयर इज एन वैलेंस ऑर्बिट, देयर इज एन वैलेंस ऑर्बिट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड देयर इज कर्नल मतलब क्या है, आउटरमोस्ट ऑर्बिटल में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, इसके अलावा जो हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं, इनर ऑर्बिटल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, है ना, दे आर द कर्नल। तो इनर ऑर्बिटल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यहाँ पर हमारे क्या लगा, दे बिलोंग टू द मेटल आयन, तो मेटल आयन गेट द चार्ज, हमारे क्या है, दिस इज द एटॉमिक कर्नल्स एंड देयर इज एन यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी सराउंडिंग द कर्नल। ठीक है, जैसे हमारे पास क्या है, मैग्नीशियम था, सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैग्नीशियम हैज आउटरमोस्ट ऑर्बिट में 3s ऑर्बिट है और 3p ऑर्बिट है, तो 3 थर्ड एनर्जी लेवल पे 3s ऑर्बिटल एंड 3p ऑर्बिटल। तो s orbital is completely filled, 2 electrons are there, and p orbital is empty। ठीक है, यहाँ पर this s orbital electron is given by the magnesium and it gets the positive charge, जिसकी वजह से ये हमारे नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो होते हैं मेटल क्रिस्टल, number of electrons is greater than the metal ion. So we can see that there is a sea of electron, and in a sea of electron, the metal ions are present. Is that clear? So we can say that metallic bonding is a electrostatic force of attraction which is present between the neighboring positive metallic with delocalized electrons. ठीक है, so positive charge is attracted by the negative charge. So this is the metallic bonding, and this metallic bonding is responsible for the peculiar properties of the metals or the different properties of the metals. Okay? So next we come to the properties of the metals. So first we take the high conductivity of metals. Okay? Metals have a high electrical conductivity. They are the good conductor of heat, good conductor of electricity. Now, what is the reason behind it? Because there is a mobile electron. यानी कि मैंने अभी डिस्कस किया था कि they have a free delocalized electron, and these electrons are free to move throughout the space in a metal. Okay, so when the electric is applied at the two ends of the metal, then electrons are displaced in a given direction. Electrons जो है given direction पे move शुरू कर देते हैं, see in the diagram, है ना? And because of the displacement of the electrons, they carry the electric current from one end to the other end. Okay, so because of this, the metal becomes good conductor, which attracts their outer electrons least. They have the low ionization energy and they allow the greatest freedom of. ठीक है, यहाँ पर हम बस कहते हैं metals have the low ionization energy because of which the outer electrons are easily removed. Metal is converted into metal ions, and these free electrons are free to move throughout the metals, and they are the carrier of the electric current. Okay, so जहाँ पर free electrons present हो, the electric current can easily flow from one end to another end. इतना clear है? Now next we have the next property of the metal, that is the high thermal conductivity of the metal. That is, they are the good conductor of heat. Now in this case, if the metal is heated, when we heat the metal at one end, the heat is carried from one end to the other end. Now how this is possible? Again, there is mobile electron which surround the end, and these mobile electrons around the one end easily absorb the heat energy. Okay? And when the heat energy is absorbed by the vibrational motion of the electron increases, यानी कि इलेक्ट्रॉन की काइनेटिक एनर्जी इंक्रीज करती है, जिसकी वजह से इलेक्ट्रॉन जो है फास्टर वे में वाइब्रेट करना शुरू कर देते हैं, एंड दे कोलाइड विद द नेबरिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन। ठीक है, तो उनके एडजेसेंट जो इलेक्ट्रॉन होता है उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन कोलाइड करते हैं, and they transfer its extra energy to the neighboring electron. Adjacent electrons में energy वो transfer कर देते हैं. Okay, through because of which the one electron provides with the other electron, transfer its energy. In the same way that the second electron gets the energy, collides with its neighboring electron and transfers energy to the third electron. इस तरीके से different number of electrons में energy transfer होती है through the collision between the electrons, and heat transfer from one end to the another end. Okay, so you can say that single that mobility of the electron allows the heat to transfer from one end to the other end. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next we have the metallic luster. How the metal shows the lustrous property or reflectivity, shininess, है ना? जैसे गोल्ड है, सिल्वर है, प्लैटिनम है, ये सारे जो मेटल्स होते हैं, when the light falls on these metals shines, they reflect the light energy. Now again, this property depends upon the delocalized electron. It is just because of the delocalized electrons which is present on metal system. Okay. These electrons absorb the energy, light energy, which falls on the electrons, and when the electron absorbs the energy, they move from low energy state to high energy state. ठीक है? And there, ये जो हमारा transition of electron होता है, it is just because of the absorption of the energy. And after that, जब कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन जो है हाई एनर्जी स्टेट में मूव करता है, then they become unstable. And to attain stability, these electrons immediately return to the ground state. And during this returning process, they emit the radiation which was absorbed by the metal. Okay, there is an emission of electromagnetic radiation by the metal electrons, and these electromagnetic radiations get reflected. Okay, so this free electrons absorbs the energy, falling on the metal, and there is the reflection. They reflect back the energy. Same frequency of radiation को reflect करते हैं. Because of we see the reflection of the original light. Metal has the lustrous property, or it shows the shiny property. Okay, is that clear? Now, after some of the metals are soft in nature, that is, they are soft, they are malleable, they are ductile. Now, this property also depends upon the valence electrons, free valence electrons, which are present in a metal, which are more or less uniformly distributed in the metal crystals. Okay? So, as we have discussed here, that metallic bond is non-directional in nature. It doesn't have any direction, and they have the positive kernels in a crystal, which is surrounded by the negatively charged electrons, and these electrons are free to move. Okay? So when the force is applied on the metal, then the electrons adjust their position, and because of this force, because of this friction, the metal can be drawn into thin sheets and into a long wire. Okay? And some of the metals are also soft in nature. Okay? So all these properties are just because of the T of the electron, which surrounds the positively charged kernels or positively charged metal ions. Okay? Is that clear a bit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
next
ma'am.
property of the metal, that is metallic bonds. Say, अभी हम discussed था, they are weaker bonds in comparison to the covalent and the active bond, but the metals have a moderate to high melting point, है ना? तो कई metals में melting point बहुत कम होता है, कई metals melting point काफी ज्यादा होता है. ठीक है? That is the melting point of the metals are lower than that of the ionic compound. क्योंकि metallic bonds जो होते हैं, they are the weaker. And next is due to the symmetrical and non-directional arrangement of positive kernel in space. Metals are generally crystalline in nature. Okay, so all these are the different some of the properties of the metal, and these properties are just because of the metallic bond present in a. Along with this, there are certain limitations of this electron gas or the C electron model. Now, first limitation is that this metal was this model was unable to explain the low melting point of mercury. Mercury का melting point सबसे कम होता है. That is, it is around 39 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, second condition is that this Model was unable to explain the low melting point of mercury. This was unable to explain the high melting point of tungsten. Tungsten is a metal which has the highest melting point around 3300 degrees Celsius. So we can imagine कि कितना ज़्यादा high है ये melting. And this metal was unable to explain the hard nature of the osmium metal. Okay, these are the different limitations, different properties of the certain metals which is unexplained with the help of this metallic detector. Okay, इतना clear है बेटा?